Today, we're talking about the insane controversy behind the Goodreads negative review scandal, where multiple fake accounts on the Goodreads book review website started leaving awful one-star reviews across the same handful of books, with all of these accounts leaving glowing reviews for one book in particular. The victims of this attack have come together and narrowed it down to one main suspect, who ended up creating an entire fake text conversation in order to avoid the blame. In the end, they've come forward and confessed to their crimes. And I've pulled together the entire story so you can hear how it all went down. But first, hi, I'm Austin. I make videos staying caught up on the latest internet drama and news, so if that sounds like your thing, please subscribe. Thank you so much for helping us get past 40K. I really think things are just getting started. We're on the last two videos for 2023, and I think we really could get past 50K by the end of the year. So if you want to help us reach that goal, I'd really appreciate it. Today's story was sent to me by Skriel Bernard on Instagram. And the rabbit hole I went down just trying to understand this whole controversy told me that I had to cover it. And if you come across anything that you think I should cover in a future video, feel free to send it to me on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. Now, let's just get into it. This all started on the website Goodreads, which is probably the largest book review website. And everything began in June of 2022, when accounts like Sarah Dudley's popped up, sporadically reviewing dozens of books in a single day, with many getting an unfair one-star review. Similar to Sarah, in April of 2023, many other accounts like Chantel's or Emily's also started leaving negative reviews on the same exact books, with even more accounts joining in tandem by the beginning of December. However, all of this weird behavior didn't go unnoticed, because the books that were hit the hardest were those of the 2024 debut authors. In this group is Xiran Jay Zhao, who, along with their peers, noticed that one book in particular was always getting 5-star reviews across all of these accounts. This red flag became even more apparent when they noticed that all of these fake users were adding this book to the same exact 37 lists, which proved to them without a shadow of a doubt that one person was behind all of these fake accounts. And for whatever reason, that person just happened to really like Crown of Starlight by Cait. In a TikTok explaining the situation, Zhao notes that,
I had known about this for a while, but I held my tongue because the victims wanted me to. They wanted to try and resolve it privately at first, and this did not work out. They were told to let it go. I was not going to let it go.
They also include a 41-page Google Doc with evidence that includes many of the screenshots I've shown you so far. I'll link the full thing down below if you want to take a look for yourself. But so far in the saga, Cait is the main suspect for all of these fake negative reviews. And news of this was brought to Cait's editor around December 4th. And immediately, half of the accounts vanished, with Cait tweeting this the very next day. Nasty surprise of the day was learning that there were fake accounts messing with my Goodreads rating recently. If you've actually read my book and want to rate and review it, that would be great, as reader interest pre-release tells my publisher that my book is worth investing in. It's kind of weird for her to say that these fake accounts were messing with her ratings when her book consistently got 5 stars and was added to these 37 lists over and over again. But she adds on, I guess this explains why my rating was fluctuating so much. If you like my book, please rate and review it. If you hated it, you're also entitled to share your opinion, but making fake accounts to manipulate my book's rating is something else entirely. I'm gonna go be sad now. At this point, Zhao and other debut authors weren't very happy that Cait was painting herself as a victim, especially when the sudden disappearance of half of the fake accounts pretty much confirmed their suspicions. Later, on December 5th, Xiran Jay Zhao subtweets about the situation, giving the person behind everything one last chance to come forward before all the evidence drops. However, this almost had the opposite effect, because dozens of Twitter threads and group chats were started trying to narrow down which debut author Zhao was talking about. And after the tweet went up, an associate of Cait's reached out to Zhao, saying that the fake accounts were created by a friend of Cait's through the Reylo fandom. And if you don't know what Reylo is, it's a group of Star Wars fans that ship Rey and Kylo Ren. We'll talk more about them later. But this associate of Cait's sends over what they claim to be screenshots of a text conversation between Cait and the bad friend making all of the accounts, Lilly. Starts off with Cait saying, so if yesterday's nonsense wasn't enough, today I got an email that said there were a number of ratings and reviews left on my book by illegitimate accounts, which I guess explains why my rating was fluctuating wildly up and down over the last week. Also, my car is in the shop and they don't know why the battery doesn't work, but they'll get back to me when we know anything. So I'm not really holding out hope. This week continues to spiral, and I go with it. Lilly replies, "What do you mean?" And Cait points her to an email from Goodreads. The screenshot of the email reads, "Hi Cait, we determined that several accounts that gave your book positive reviews were illegitimate, and we have removed them from Goodreads. It is a violation of our review and author guidelines to artificially inflate a book's ratings. Please refrain from engaging in activity of this nature in the future to avoid being banned from Goodreads. Sincerely, the Goodreads team." Cait adds, "Seems like the reviews were positive, but I didn't do anything." Lilly replies, "Rating books high is against the rules?" And Cait says, "No, but artificially inflating a book's reviews, that's against the rules." And Lilly goes on to explain how they were the one behind all the fake accounts. "The other night when you were worrying that your book would get overshown by bigger books at your publisher, I wanted to help, so I made a couple accounts to rate your book high. I'm sorry, I really didn't think it would be a problem." And Cait responds by berating this totally real friend who was just trying to do something nice. Oh my god, I don't even know what to say. I don't need you to step in and try to be nice with this. Do you have any idea how patronizing that is? How humiliating? How much damage you could have done? I'm gonna be sick. Literally gonna vomit. Someone just posted this screenshot in my writing group." Going on to share the tweet from Xiran Jay Zhao. Cait goes on saying, "Please, for the love of God, tell me you weren't actually stupid enough to use the same accounts that you made to boost me to bomb other people." Well, and Lilly says, "I didn't think anyone would notice." Cait replies, "I'm literally gonna be sick. I need to email my agent. This could have literally cost me my effing career. I don't even know what to say. This is such a violation of my trust and out of friendship." Lilly then apologizes, saying, "I'm so sorry, Cait. I'm really sorry. I didn't think it would hurt." And Cait says, "How could it not hurt? Who the F did you go after?" They go back and forth a bit more, and then Cait says, "Any other people you want to destroy in my name?" And Lilly replies, "There were a couple other books I left some reviews on to try to make it look less obvious." Cait asks who, and Lilly says, "IDK, just some other people on the debut list that I saw getting a lot of buzz. I just wanted to help." Cait replies, "This is psychopath behavior. Remember this comment for later." But they go back and forth a bit more, with Cait really giving it to Lilly. And Cait drops a paragraph that reads, "There have been very, very few times in my life that I've felt so absolutely betrayed by anyone." When I got that email, I was perplexed. But I guess in my dumb idiot head, I thought, I've heard all sorts of effing weird crap on Goodreads these days. Some strangers doing some crap. This sucks. God, maybe I'm just as stupid as you that I didn't read closely enough. But even if I had, I never in a billion years would have ever thought it was someone I considered a friend. I hope you never ever have someone F with everything you've worked to build because they think you're a shallow, petty person, that you need others to fail for you to succeed. You have hurt me, you have humiliated me so badly I want to effing K myself. This was the absolute last thing I needed. How could you do this to me? And after more apologies from Lilly, this interaction happens. "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. F off. Rotten hell. Don't ever speak to me again." Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I was just trying to help. Yeah, I messed up, but I was just trying to be a good friend. It's not that big of a deal. And if it is, maybe you should try being nicer if your career is so fragile that something like this could break it then. Maybe I should keep going. Why does Lilly have this surprise twist at the end where she threatens to go leave more bad reviews on books? Lilly goes on, "You're just insecure and pathetic, and your book is terrible. I was trying to help you because I felt bad for you. You're gonna regret this. LOL, your move." And she's just somehow logged into Cait's Google account. When did Lilly also become a hacker? Okay, but Lilly ends things with the most insane revelation of the entire story. And something you'll also have to remember for later. Lilly says, "I just remembered something important. A lot of my bad reviews were for POC authors. When the call-out post eventually comes for you, they'll call you a racist too. You're welcome, B." Huh? If this Lilly person is real, why would she mention that at all? Well, when we look back at who these one-star reviews mostly affected, it was a majority people of color and someone from the LGBTQ community. Following this very real text conversation between Cait and Lilly from the Reylo fandom, Xiran Jay Zhao had a few concerns.
"I do not believe this explanation. I did not believe this was a real conversation. I found it so stilted, and there was a sudden villain twist at the end on the friend's part. And I didn't notice this until later, but the timestamps jump from yesterday to today in the same screenshot. Like, what is this quantum dynamic time travel conversation?" But in the moment, I asked for screenshots of more conversations between Cait and this friend that must go back to at least April, and I would not end up receiving any further evidence.
December 5th wraps up, and all of the author group chats are talking about this drama. By the next morning, Cait sends a huge message to a Slack group consisting of 2024 debut authors. Here's what she says, replying to the screenshots of Zhao's subtweets from the day before. "Hi. I'm the author in question. I'd like to begin by saying that my agent and editors are all aware of what's happening right now, and I'm trying to prioritize reaching out to the people who were affected directly. But I'm dropping in here to share screenshots to provide context for what happened yesterday. Please do me the courtesy of giving me a couple minutes to address this, as I'm being pulled in 12 directions at once. This person wasn't my bestie. They were someone I knew from fandom who I thought was cool. I clearly have no idea who they actually are. They will be happy to know that they've succeeded in absolutely ruining my life though. And Cait goes on to share the super real text conversation between her and Lilly that was provided to Zhao the day before. And the group immediately didn't buy it. One person said, "Did you write out that script before creating this other account?" Cait explains herself by saying, "Someone I know made a bunch of fake accounts, rated my book high, added it to lists, then trashed other authors in our debut group. They picked Danielle Jensen and Molly Chang because I'd previously mentioned feeling insecure about the disparity in our advances. They targeted a few other POC authors just for shit and giggles. I have screenshots on screenshots, but it doesn't effing matter. IDK, please feel free to tell people in that group that we're literally talking right now, or to share screenshots of anything I say here." I picked this person up somewhere along the lines through Reylo writing circles. Her name is Lilly, and she goes by Lemonado on Discord. I don't know why she did this. An author replied, "Are there screenshots of the Lemonado person talking in your group Discord before yesterday? Like older communication with them to show they've been around and in the same convos as you?" With someone else adding, "I'm sorry, it just reads like a fake Am I the Asshole post," which was followed by more authors poking holes in the story. I hope everybody notices how she immediately can't pull out any earlier conversations with this other account. Cait tries to defend herself by saying, "I will share screenshots when I am back home. You believe what you want," with an author quickly replying, "Okay, you take your time to Photoshop them," with Cait saying that apparently all proof of their past online accounts is gone too. Following this, Cait went into the random channel on Slack and continued rambling about the situation. Most of us in here don't know each other on a personal basis, but I'd like to think that I've never behaved in a way that would make this seem like reasonable behavior from me. This is the most horrifying, humiliating thing I've ever experienced, and I'm absolutely devastated that she went after other authors. This person is someone I knew from a time in Star Wars fandom, whereas a well-known fic author, and a lightning rod for unhinged behavior. The type of behavior that anyone else who is well known in the fandom at the time still sees around online. I have no further details. I haven't heard anything else from them. I never responded. I'm now going to say this. Every single one of us in here has dealt with our own insecurities, but the action I took on mine stopped at talking about them to someone who I considered a friend. Look, I don't know what that means. Shortly after this, Cait actually left the group chat. I'm getting conflicting advice from different sources. Agent, friends, publisher, and pressure from all sides to do a billion different things. But this is an unmoderated space, and it's clear that no matter what I share, it's not going to further the conversation. I'm going to remove myself from this chat as my presence is not helping anything. At this point, I don't know how she can look any more guilty. Following Cait leaving the Slack group of 2024 debut authors, news about this Lilly person betraying Cait spread across social media. And this is where the Reylo fandom joins the story. Again, this is a group of Star Wars fans that ship Rey and Kylo Ren. They also write things and make art about this topic. Many of them came forward on Twitter saying they've been involved in the Reylo community for years. And they know Cait, but nobody's ever heard about this Lilly person, with one of Cait's former fanfic editors claiming that the fake Goodreads reviews match Cait's voice distinctly. What's even worse about Cait lying about this fake person being from the Reylo fandom is that two of the authors targeted by the negative reviews were also the two most popular published authors to come out of the Reylo community. And one of them, Taya Guanzan, had been friends with Cait for years, with Taya even giving Cait's new book a very heartfelt endorsement. Now, before we get to who is really behind all of this, we need to go on a little detour. Another debut author that was hit by the fake negative reviews was Bethany Baptiste, and on the morning of December 6th, just before the fake text conversation between Cait and Lilly was sent to the group chat, Bethany tweeted this: "Strangers want to know so y'all don't support that author, while simultaneously not supporting the debuts affected anyway. That's why nobody's saying anything right now. This is hot tea for y'all. Meanwhile, debuts have to deal with an albino snake in the henhouse. Let us process this." Again, to be clear, This was posted before Bethany knew that Cait was blaming her friend Lilly. And the saying, albino snake in the henhouse, is just to play off the regular saying, there's a snake in the henhouse, but specifically saying that a white person in the debut author group is acting like a snake. This likely true, based off the way the negative reviews mostly targeted people of color. However, after talk about one of Cait's friends betraying her spread online, another author and friend of Cait's, Meredith Mooring, assumed Bethany's tweet was about her. And this is because Meredith has albinism. She subtweeted this about Bethany. It's really disappointing that other authors immediately stooped in to make fun of my albinism in call-out posts. Having albinism is a disability. It's the reason I'm blind. You can dislike me if you want to, but you aren't helping anyone when you make jokes about me being albino. And then she went into one of the Slack groups and said, I would appreciate it if you guys could refrain from calling me an albino snake on social media. I do have albinism. Albinism is a disability. It is the reason I'm blind, the reason I have a guide dog, etc. I'm not angry at anyone for doing this, but I personally think it does not help anyone involved to resort to name calling, especially when people with albinism are harassed and discriminated against for having this condition. You guys may not agree with my assessment of the situation, and that's fine. You don't have to. I guess I just thought the folks in this group were more courteous than that. I will not be sharing the name of who did this because I honestly don't want anything negative to happen to them. In response to these accusations, Bethany said, I tweeted an albino snake in the henhouse hours and hours ago about Cait. Where I'm from, black folk use albino snake referencing an actual animal to describe a deceptive white person, not a deceptive person with albinism. And in the Slack group chat, Bethany replied to Meredith, saying, Meredith, what are you talking about? I meant albino snake as in a white snake. Nobody coming for you. I'm not sure how you made that leap or jump. It had something to do. Other people joined the conversation, saying, how would somebody know that unless they know you in real life and have access to your private life? This is madness. This post was up this morning before anyone knew anything in the Slack. This is reading into shit that isn't there to a T. This post was posted 6 hours ago, and you entered the chat 3 hours ago. Bethany added, if there's an issue, my DMs are open. Otherwise, I don't know you or your situation. I didn't even know you're albino. Meredith replies, it literally says in my Twitter bio. And Bethany says, Meredith, I'm not on your Twitter bio. I don't know you, and I don't know everyone's disability or personal situations. Later, Bethany continues to defend herself, writing, yeah, absolutely not. You will not come in here and accuse me of being ableist, or targeting you, or insinuating it. Your name was nowhere on my tongue. Otherwise, I would have specifically called you out. And Meredith weirdly continues to double down from her position, saying, I didn't realize you shared this earlier today. And to be honest, albinism is a disability, not a funny insult whether you meant it about me or not. Later, Bethany replies, it's not used as a joke. Snake in a henhouse is a literal saying. Albino snakes is a term used, not referencing people with albinism at all. Putting two together does not make it a joke. My tweet and the message is not a laughing matter. Following this, there's even more back and forth between them and other members of the Slack group. And there's so much discussion that the group ends up getting locked by a moderator. And following this, Bethany decides to peace out from the group chat. It's hard to tell exactly what happened, but I'll link Bethany's larger Twitter thread below if you want all of her details regarding this controversy. Back to the main story, because after days of buildup and evidence going around of these fake accounts and negative Goodreads reviews, Cait came forward and tweeted this on December 11th. A sincere apology. I know this is long, but that's because I'm trying to own and openly address every aspect of what I did. Dear friends, family, readers, fellow authors, and members of the publishing community. Since June 2022, I've been fighting a losing battle against depression, alcoholism, and substance abuse, full scope of which I've hidden from everyone in my life out of shame and a misguided belief that with the right medicine or enough therapy, I could beat it. In late November 2023, I started new medication, and on December 2nd, 2023, I suffered a complete psychological breakdown. During this time, I created roughly 6 profiles on Goodreads, and along with 2 profiles I made during a similar but shorter breakdown in 2022, I boosted the rating of my book, bombed the ratings of several fellow debut authors, and left reviews that ranged from kinda mean to downright abusive. I'll be honest, I've never heard of a psychological breakdown or new medication side effect that makes you productive enough to create 8 Goodreads accounts and then leave tons of negative reviews across dozens of books. But hey, maybe it could happen. 2 of those authors, Molly X. Chang and Daniel Jensen, are fellow Del Rey authors. Camila Cole and Bethany Baptiste just happened to be on the wrong Goodreads list at the wrong time. I felt no ill will towards any of them. It was just my fear about how my book would be received, running out of control. My memories of this are extremely fuzzy, so it's possible there were a couple other authors. If so, please note that I take full ownership of what I did to you as well. She literally went on a bad book review bender. I'm sorrier than you'll ever know. There's nothing I can say to erase what I did to you. When I was slapped on the wrist by Goodreads and fake tweeted by a handful of people, I panicked that my secret was about to get out, and rather than taking responsibility for my actions, I tried to cover my tracks. Still in the middle of this breakdown, I made up the world's sloppiest chat with a non-existent friend who was supposedly to blame, and sent fake apologies for the actions of said friend, which only made things worse. I betrayed the confidence of my agent, my pub team, my readers, and my friends, and betrayed my own deeply held values. I also dragged one of my dearest friends and fellow debut authors into the mud with me when she came to my defense. I'll leave her name out of this so as to not pull her even deeper. However, if she wishes to come forward, I'll apologize to her publicly as well. Let me be extremely clear. While I might not have been of sober or of sound mind during this time, I accept responsibility for the pain and suffering I caused. And my delay in posting this is due to spending the last few days offline while going through withdrawal as I sobered up enough to be brutally honest with you and myself. I know some of you won't forgive me, and I recognize that you're not required to. No one ever wants to be judged by their worst actions, but that's not always up to us. I don't know what Cait's saying here. This was entirely up to her, and she made it worse by creating the fake text conversation. I'll be reaching out to everyone directly impacted, though that may take time since I'm checking into an intensive psychiatric care and rehab facility, which means I'll be mostly off social media as I need to give 100% to the program if I want it to stick. All I can do going forward is to try to live my life in a way that shows you these aren't empty words. Yours with so much love and the utmost heartbreak, Cait Crane. And following this apology, people were not too happy, including Cait's publisher, who dropped her, saying, "We are aware of the ongoing discussion around author Cait Crane. Crown of Starlight is no longer on our 2024 publishing schedule." And many of the top replies to the apology say, "The meds made you racist?" First time I hear that meds made people racist. Bethany reacted to the apology and the comments that Cait made, saying, "Wrong time, wrong list. No, we were exactly where we were supposed to be. I have PTSD, depression, and anxiety. I understand the wrong meds or dose can make your mind feel like it's snapping in half. Meds don't make you racist. Racism is in you. You hit it by lurking and plotting. All psychotic breaks are different. But as someone who's had one myself, I simply could not function. I was inconsolable. The world was just too much. So I'm trying to put myself in your shoes to understand how you had a psychotic break, but the mental and emotional capacity to create burners and leave text reviews, a fake convo between you and Lilly, doctor the Discord screenshots, and decide to pin it all on unhinged Reylos. Your work was sloppy, yes, but it was downright devious too. You even went on Twitter and claimed you were attacked too by the burners. You gaslit the 2024 debuts in a convo that spanned a while. These actions don't add up to your explanation. You targeted mostly BIPOC and marginalized authors, claimed black authors were at the wrong place at the wrong time, and then your memory got fuzzy about everything else. As someone with MLS, I'm glad you're getting the help you need, but the program and new meds won't change the fact you're a racist. But also apparently transphobic, because why did you explicitly go after RM Virtue Books too? He's not even a trad pub author. He's an indie author, minding his own damn business. Make it make sense. I'll be waiting for that apology. As for where Bethany and Meredith Mooring stand, here's what Meredith had to say regarding the situation. "Hello everyone. I'd like to make a statement about recent events. A former friend severely harmed many other people and systematically lied to me for years on end. I naively thought a person I'd known for that amount of time wouldn't behave in such a malicious way toward other authors. But it quickly became clear that is the case. I've ended all contact with Cait and do not ever want to be contacted by her again for any reason. Additionally, I want to apologize to Bethany Baptiste for believing her statements were directed at me and for misunderstanding Black Southern vernacular. I'm sorry for not handling the discussion privately. I am deeply sorry for any harassment she had to experience because of this. I should have been more understanding of her perspective. I'm absolutely horrified that a former friend's actions may have damaged Bethany's career in any way. Bethany and I have discussed the situation privately. She has stated she has no intention of insulting anyone's disability, and I 100% believe her. more. I completely condemn any harassment or accusations of ableism directed towards her, with Bethany confirming the accepted apology on her end. Xiran Jay Zhao had a similar reaction to the apology as Bethany, and they went over all the evidence behind Cait's actions being racist. If you want to see their full 7-minute reaction TikTok, I'll link it down below with everything else. There will also be a tweet from Zhao listing the most impacted books, so you can go read them yourself. But that's where we are with everything, and how some anonymous negative reviews on Goodreads led to a debut author detective case narrowing down the suspect, which resulted in the creation of a now proven fake text conversation between Cait and her Reylo friend Lilly. This ultimately not being believable in the slightest, led to Cait issuing a joke of an apology, where she blamed tons of bad reviews on a new medication, followed by authors and community members calling her out for racistly targeting people of color, and Cait's publisher, Del Rey Books, dropping her from the schedule. And now that you have all the details about this controversy, I need to know, what do you think about everything? Did you know it would be Cait from the beginning? It was probably pretty obvious. What do you think about the entire faked text conversation between Cait and Lilly? Do you think Cait's actions with her negative reviews were racist? Let me know all that and anything I missed down in the comments. If you want to stay caught up with even more internet drama and news, please subscribe and check out any of my recent videos. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Have a great Christmas, holidays, and New Year's, and I'll see you in the next one.
QJ back with the bang again. Shit's too fire, then phone up a friend. Might go crazy, someone should sue me. Fuck up my life, making a move. I wish my girl was Sally from Cars, trying to send all my haters to Mars. 500K or meet Mr. Beast. If it were me, we'd have a feast.